أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. Madam Chair, Commissioners, Lead Counsel, Assistant Counsel, viewers and listeners, members of the press, good morning. Welcome back again for our daily proceeding of this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and related matters. For our next item on our today's agenda, I have the honor to yield the floor to Madam Chair. Madam Chair, over to you.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. I will call on Honorable Silla to lead us in Muslim prayers and Honorable Joanna to lead us in Christian prayers. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب برحمة اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد الفاتح لما أغلق والخاتم لما سبق نازل الحق بالحق والهادي إلى صراطك المستقيم وعلى آله حق قدره ومقداره العظيم سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. O God, our Father, loving shepherd of thy sheep, we honor and exalt your most holy name. There is none like thee. Hear us, Abba, Father. Listen as we pray. We commit the day into your hands. Grant us favor, renewed strength and protection. Hide and shelter us deeply in your hands, in your hands. And by your grace, we shall continue to serve you till the end of age. Amen.
Good morning. Good morning, Madam Witness. You may kindly take your seat. Madam Witness, for continuation of your testimony before this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and related matters, may I remind you that you are still under oath before I hand you over to Madam Chair. Thank you. Madam Chair, I hand over the witness to you for us to proceed.
Good morning, Madam Maneh. Good morning.
I'm fine.
Thank you. Council, can we please begin?
Yes, thank you very much, Madam Chairperson. Good morning to all the commissioners, Honorable Secretary, and everyone present. The Assistant Counsel will proceed with the witness.
Good morning, Madam Maneh.
Good morning.
As of last week, you stated that you were collecting revenue daily. Is that correct?
Ah,
Daily. So Could you tell us what kind of revenue we're collecting daily?
Ako bayri ko lungolo ne teka ale pota. Sa ako belafiro men na wala ya fo moli teka mo lem pusifata.
Trade lansi.
Trade lansi.
Now we'll go back to the overpayment made by the businessman. So for that,
teku kela me muruna joro mi alon ko ya lana tabele mi alon ko wa firlali ya kele wala safar lali ya kele.
Yeah, okay.
For that particular payment, was it part of the daily collections?
Ako joro ifang me foko atabita dun ako fo fana be lungo joro to bay kamenta wala le poro bin ka jolo lungo.
Daily collection.
Yes, daily collection.
And you serve this particular businessman the invoice?
Ako abuta ko invoice on ying ifang le this man on ying.
I'm from the business.
Yes, I do serve him with the business the invoice.
Sorry. As per your tariff, how much was this particular businessman paying per day?
Ako sila tariff to ni anu malu mutaka jalle jo wala ka jalle jo.
Amanke luolent yearly.
It's not every day, it's yearly.
Yeah, I just asked you. You said you've been collecting daily. So if you were collecting yearly as well, you can also mention that.
Ako ba risa na wate jene kala ko ite kalungolo ne lempole na para tatra fana ka do tami ala ko something certain. Ako iso fana foje.
And amanke daily because per collection on invoice or issue lem ikata awol follow bare fankole yearly lem ni exact invoice or ni ajo ibuka ajo kotenke.
Normally, whenever we serve invoices, it's not for daily, but for yearly. Whenever he paid, you will not pay until the end of the year.
Now, Madam, sorry, let me just ask for purposes of clarification. I just want to be very clear. The license collection. These are collections that you give to traders that pay you per year, right?
Businessman like
But that you go to the market every day to follow up on the invoices that you have taken, right? Is that what you mean by daily collection?
No, because need an invoice or issue ya so fair a follow up create no can critical pre-age ni me you foi murunje kotenke pre-age.
What I mean here is that whenever you serve invoice to the shops owners, so you need to follow them every day until or unless they pay. So sometimes you serve them, they don't pay, but every day you have to follow them until you see that they have paid.
The clarity I wanted to make. The lawyer will understand you. The daily collection is the invoices you have previously distributed. These are the ones that you follow daily so that you can collect them and go and transmit the revenue. So generally, licenses are yearly payment. Right?
Yes, that's correct.
Thank you so much. That is clear. Council, you may proceed.
Thank you. So for this particular businessman, how much exactly does he normally pay?
Ako sa ngumbi alako ayoro ke numara lana tambitale. Ako sa ate fango ala joro alak jo jelle aka jelle jo
24,750.
24,750.
And that's what he normally pays all the time.
Ako amuta ko wala matla joro to wala wala kita nangamo mi ala what.
Every year.
Yes, that's correct. Every year.
And he will pay in full to you.
Ako amuta ko kudo ni pe aka pe jo nyola aka jo itele.
Aka be jo ni mumbe zono.
Yes.
So if he's used to paying 24,000 to you every year and in full all the time, how did he pay more than the 24,000? And you mentioned that you did not detect it until you get to your boss. Your boss found out. and inform.
Ako sang abekero la nyadi le bayri ifang ya fole ko wo sango sang wili mo ni nani keme wala dala sitelula ka wole jo. Ako sa wo si keno nyadi le ate joro keme ano ka alana tambile akodo ni tambita. Ite ma kalamta fo kabiri ya samba iko ila boss wala ate na ya kalamta. Ako bekero la nyadi le.
No, January to December.
You are always posted or you are always at station at a zone from January to December.
So next year, you can move to zone 2.
Then the following year, you do move to another zone. Yes.
So I'm going to go every year.
So it seems every zone 1 year.
Madam Maneh, I asked you, that's what he always paid. You said yes. So that's giving me the answer that you've been collecting this 24,000 for the past years.
24,750
for the past years, yes. So if you're now specifying your zone for a particular year, then that's out. Do you understand? So my next question is, you mentioned here last week that when you get to the office, that's when your boss, the manager, informed you that this particular businessman overpaid.
Ako assignment bigi wala muni ajube sango sang bari fang ya fole konying atemu konta fang ya nyama ka joro ke nyama wala sango sang wili muan nani keme wala dala sitolul. Ako sanya anu fanan hanna tara sono do ite tata joti fale tala. Ako sanya ite fang la fora rujang iko kabiri ko do ta itata foya di ila boss wala akalapta ka ita dila ko bare ko do menta alanda tapita.
No, at collection of parenta cassia and wokodoju.
After I did the collection, I then deposited the money at the cashier.
Ngake casbook on tata audit for verified.
Then I entered the cash book and I went to the audit and it was verified.
So Nadam supervise. So the next day, I find out overpayment only because instead of 24,750, 27,750 less a fine.
So it happens the following day. It was my supervisor who was going through my book and he discovered that it was overpaid. And the amount was $27,750 instead of $24,750.
Madam Maneh, you said that's what you received from him. Now you're saying that's what you wrote for him.
Ako yemen fojan no wole ko ite ko yemen ta abulu. But sa ko ko yemen safi.
So which one do you want us to believe? You made a mistake by overstating, or you received 27,000? Because you made it clear here last week Thursday that you received 27,000, and I asked you if you don't have the tariffs with you or you don't go around with the tariffs, just to know how much exactly to collect from a particular business.
Last week ne fodo janko kodo ifa we kodo menta abulu wala tambeta wala tata fo wili mwani warawla cheme warawla dala stalu. Ako baraka muta ko bi akamo yeka fo kodo men safi. Sa amuta ko alafta jeseni andai fo kodo era fo taba wala me akoyata.
Kodo bilin data ala bitikoto. Kodo be nyanta kela 24,750 that but after invoice it was 27,750. Well, mistake ko to anyanta kela 24,750 then stand up so bira audio data payment or not find out for I to over payment to them. I could not because I must have invoice of I hold you normal. It must have a hold you.
And normally when it happens that it was my own mistake by giving him an invoice amounting to 27,750 instead of giving him the amount that is 24,750. So when I do the invoice to him for that amount, that is 27,750, he paid the money to me, $27,750, of which I later go and submitted to the cashier. And from there, that is the time I realized that it was overpaid.
That's fine. When did you get this 1,000 difference to the demand?
Ako wati jumale wili sabo jo businessman onye.
The next day, bidding that collection okay, bidding a collection okay langa abondi kodoto ntara al kodosi.
Because the following day when I did my collection, then I subtracted that amount from my monies or the monies I have. Then that is where I proceeded to pay for him. to him rather.
And do you have a receipt for it?
According to you, Belaba,
Ha, kay to later sa bela adina.
yes, he wrote a letter and handed over to me.
Do you have that with you?
Bambulo kono.
Yes, I have it.
Can we take a look of that? Madam Chair, we applied to tender the declaration letter from the pharmacy. Issued by the witness, Madam MBALING MANNEH, Independent Society.
Madam Bali, can you tell us when this declaration was made? When actually you refunded this money, because there's no date in it? It just mentioned last year.
Ha.
Was this refunded last year or this year? Because this is 2022 and we are in 2024.
Ako fonyi ajo tale serune bang fonyi na ne kodojo. Ako bari ni aju bele taro mbije wala 2022 anu dolbe 2024.
Ha, audit report mo 2022 let.
The audit report was 2022.
So it was in 2022 that you refunded.
2022 ha.
Amunta ko 2022 leo joro.
A declaration made by Pharmacy and with the caption declaration, is admitted in evidence and it is marked as LG/MM/KMC/004. It is signed but with no name. It is admitted in evidence as an exhibit.
Ask the commission, please. Madam Manne, are you aware of 2022 internal audit query against you?
Ako yun yung alam tayo lang ko query kita le wala define foi la Carola senko wala 2022 auditor la report.
Our internal audit query, including this 3,000, audit report.
Yes, I'm aware about that audit. It's all about these $3,000.
No, that is different. You were one of the people that had shortage in that during that year.
Ako amang ko damati de ako kalmado bigele me fo je ko teke ko ifana dabe mol ko me alon ko alla ko do manketa me musoteti.
This particular one was an overpayment.
Ako nga min nyimmen bo mota men fokate wo mu joro le men tapita.
I will refer you to the internal audit, end of year internal audit report, January to December 2022. The registrar will give it to you.
Sign ataku kala age o kaito dile la ifa mo ya jube faye memu auditi ya ko January to December 2022 memu wala kaito woro 27.
Page 27. So you sorry, example CGB and KMC 005. That's how now, page 27, number 10, whose name appears on number 10?
Ako ne nyin kaito jube number 10. Ako juma to leve My name appears there.
And you made a yearly collection of 3,687,483, and the total submission was 3,685,483. The balance of 3,400 was outstanding. How did you have that shortage?
Ako ni ajube wo sango kono ye collection of menke wala ye na lempo menta atara 4 million kili.
3,687,000.
Million saba keme saba
687,800. With the figures, I believe she will understand that.
I understand.
Very well.
3,687,843 was made, but 3,685,483 was submitted. There was an outstanding balance of 3,400. So how did the shortage happen?
Anya de kolomi alon ko man tembe ye men soto anu ye men jo e man na ke klingoti ako ba je e atemo menti wala mo wili saba chemenani ako keta nya de le fo soto da
3,400 overpayment, you will minus to underpayment. So be calculation of all not an infant.
This $3,400 was the overpayment that had happened. So when it was repaid, that money or amount was subtracted from the amount I have collected.
Madam Manne, I believe you can read and you can write, right?
Ako asontale ko wala alatale ko isi safero ke no fana na isi kaito fana men safira isa karandole.
An overpayment is an overpayment. It will be clearly stated.
Ako joro me alaka alana tambida o keta fen alon ko alana tambida le andu yo ifango yo fole.
This is an underpayment, which is called a shortage.
Nyimu joro timi alako kodo man si amanketa le wala na ka fa sote fe mem manketa.
Totally different from an overpayment, and auditors cannot make a mistake of that.
Ako woni joro me alaka tambida o manke kilingoti andu ni ajuwe amanke ko auditor solo e mem fo e malonde ya londe no mistake soroji.
And for this particular payment,
Anda ni joro aka mem fote.
it is indicated that you've paid 2,400 and there is a balance of 1,200, which is different from the 3,000 that you paid.
Ako fana ye tande dole ke ko kodo ila banta buruna ka jo bare men jo ye wala mu wili fula cheme nani anu kodo be nyanta kala wili saba cheme nani so amuta ko wili killing wala manjo.
And for that overpayment, it was just 3,000.
Jo men tambita e kam men foja wala pota men fola wo mu wili saba leti.
So it's two different things.
Ko sa iba ye ni fula killing.
1,200 in 2022 for the exercise.
What I was aware of is that the 2,000.
In order for you to bring a book of calculate 1,200 lebel.
Then when it was calculated, they said I owe them 1,200. There I requested whereabout or what part, in which part of the book was written.
Another book of Sambanyana Island in Yankoto.
Then they brought the book before me.
So I calculated this time exercise time.
When I calculated, I said to him that this is the exercise time.
When you said exercise, what do you mean?
Akoniko exercise.
Period of exercise.
Exercise exercise
we used to go to exercise or training before when, for instance, when there is quarter or feast coming.
And agreeing to the fact that you have 1,002 more that you're aware about, you now agree that there was a shortage.
Akosa wo wili fulu wili killing cheme fula if I'm son taleko ya karam taleko wo fana manjita aketa mancho de mi alonka kodo ni manjita.
Sign happy because a young call and Numpuka itandin and you so it was 1,200 lebela. So
now I remember fully because I was called and I was informed of this shortage 1,200.
So you're not a fine exercise.
When I inspected the book, I then remember and said to him that this was the exercise time.
So bidding a kodo that exercise calculate maybe we'll never kodo bondila jail.
When I went to exercise, but before doing so, the amount I had, I counted it and handed over to other people.
Because it
probably it may be those people who have taken that money away out of us.
Which other people do you normally give this money?
So bidding no group leader because at time
our group leader because we do the exercise. We normally do the exercise at night.
What is the name of your group leader?
Our group leader Tony. Basiru.
Basiru what?
Ako Basiru nyadi?
Basiru Tal.
Basiru Tal.
And you believe you've given him all the amounts that you collected?
Ako sontale wala ilatale kokodo be mi alako yaso to molbul wala menta ya be dulle. Yes, I gave him all the monies.
So bidding not an bidding calculation of Yamfang I munjo aningamundi is different. Not an Kankako. But Risito Nim Abeman 1,200 Prajemuno and Akonako video cododin. Now confirm let Baranta from how comes.
Then from there when I was aware, I then confronted him when I calculated and I realized that there was a shortage of 1,200. I confronted him and asked him, how does it happen? So he said to me that yes, really you handed over the monies to me, but I did not confirm. But I don't know how does it happen. So then from there, I went to my boss and I tell him that yes, all the monies were handed over to him and he confirmed. So these monies I'm not going to pay. But my boss told me that I should pay the monies because it is a registration book.
So I come back Basir from Kolofana confirm I could confirm the Ntamana how comes kodo kita nyama so
And
wala
there he called Basiru himself. He called directly Basiru, and Basiru, yes, he confirmed that definitely I handed the monies to him, and he confirmed, but he don't know how does it happen.
So do you normally give monies to your boss, Mr. Basiru Tal?
Ako fo imeta kelale ba iko kudo dubba Basiru Tal bulle ba.
Any exercise lan so adra kono benna so the next day tina murna no office
No.
so mandale ko fanko nyi photo ga so wala ka join.
No, because of that exercise, and it happens at that time I was pregnant, so I cannot be able to come the following morning.
How many of you give monies to Mr. Basiru Tal?
During
exercise, like you said.
Nta da mala dial because atranta ba kuliyar so the next day kana murna office ko den because he can nyi ka first in the morning ka report nyi ka so wala na ngadia. Nta da mala dial.
Only me alone, because normally, as I said, I was pregnant at that time, and I cannot be able to make it up the following morning. This is why I handed monies to him, because every morning they have to ask or to hand over the monies for the report.
We'll take that up with Mr. Tal, but since you said you've made the payment, do you have the receipt with you?
Ako sa inyo basir benyo be o sene andilale. Ako pare sa beri ifan ko e joro ke. Ako fo risito be bulle ba.
Risto biri na investigation ya tale ya copy so man for ya abuko boka kasbo ya tale ya copy man fa be bullet.
Yes, it was on the casbook. So, but when I came to the investigation, they took the receipt and copy it. So I don't know whether still is in the casbook.
We believe it should be in your 2022 cash book.
Ako asontale wala la tale ko asitarano ila 2022 casbook.
Now I'll give you your year 2022 book. You can show us where it is.
Ako sante ko kelam de buko di le la ifang ya ita ni toli ya bedame to.
Until that's sorted, were you part of the people that were receiving the 1% commission as well?
Ako sa nandun be ofengla nandun be poli wala kini ni kamina kumasutong ako 1% di fa nang kaso to ne ba ka dile le. Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes,
Please
I got it.
take the receipt from the.
Yeah, it is.
Madam Chair, we apply to tender the receipt of payment of sortage made by the witness, Madam MBALING MANNEH, for the amount of 1,200 into evidence as an exhibit.
Ako sa ito ko kala ela orisito be ole du de la seri aka commission of aka seri yauti. Yamo.
Yo.
Live. A GTR receipt number 3111348 in the name of MBALING MANNEH, dated the 6th of August 2022, is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/MM/KMC/005.
As the commission pleases. Now, Madam Chair, may we request for the exhibit 005? Madam Manne, do you still have the audit board with you? Page 27 again.
Ako audit killing oya juwe baby nundame 27.
Under your name, the title where it reads paid on GTR number 3111348. Yes, that's the receipt. Dated 6th of September 2022. That was for the payment of 2,400 instead of 1,200. Do you understand that?
Ako ni ajuwe kunye mbije wale mo ticket or remember bulu. Ako joro me alongo ya wale willy fula cheme fula. Abanke willy killing cheme fula.
But see, claim on Fonte ko 1,200 bill or 1,200 more restore your well in it. So, man, you don't. Over because I need a Fonte, another in a bill until office when you audit report bill 1,200. Then Tata Kajo, what is it, dear? So,
Okay.
I know how does it appear because I was informed that I owe my total was 1,200, and this the amount is I counted and paid. So I don't know how does it comes and it was written like 2,200. I don't understand.
There is a payment, the same date, the same GTR number, but it was for 2,400. Then there is a balance of 1,200, which doesn't state at any payment date.
Ako sani ajube wo kayete killing ole mu lu killing ole city killing abare sa feta je wole mu wili fula cheme fula. Ako amunta ko sign wili killing cheme feeling wo ma yitan okay wala man sa ke ka yitan di wo mu lu jumalde.
And you mentioned Basiru this time around. I need to know which of the Basiru, Mr. Basiru Tal or Mr. Basiru Njai?
The audit.
Ako abela sala lo na ya sene na Basiru jumale jale ba for
Another investigation on 31348/49 you man can to so obviously the 49 issue la tele but the receipt so no 49 but nothing explain you.
I explained that to the investigators when I was called that I cannot be able to have two tickets at the same time, 48 or 49. I was having 48. So probably after my payment, this ticket was issued to another guy, but different from me because I cannot be able to have 48 and 49 at the same time. I said that to the investigators.
The ticket you're having is 348, right?
The ticket only 348.
Yes.
Yes, that's correct.
It says /49.
/49.
But same date on the receipt you're having.
Ako bara ni adina iresto mi ako membe bula ako aketo lulingole.
And for that payment is 1,400. That's what I need you to understand. Sorry, 2,400. Then the balance is 1,200. And I believe if you're to make payment for that, it will be a different receipt number, right?
Ako anu san safero membe risto to wole mo wili fula chemena. Ako san iba jira ko itela risto na trajoro ni keta membe tarle risto da kela wili killing cheme fula.
Intere you claim mum for you intata wall jo one call and receipt number. So any other query more from the 1,200 lefoko is sort wall then intata wall jo. So any other thing I'm more funded.
I went there as I was told that I have a shortage of 1,200 of which I went there to pay and I did pay. So he did not inform me anything about.
Madam Maneh.
Madam Maneh.
Well, what we see in the audit report, you collected 3,687,483. And you paid in 3,685,483.50. There was a shortage of 3,400. So when the auditor made the calculations, the total on the payment transaction was 3,400. They indicated that the total shortages is 3,400. Now it says underneath that total shortage, they indicated that money was paid on GTR number 3111,348
/49.
So, and then they indicated 6th of September 2022, which equals to 2,400. Now, our difficulty in understanding is the GTR receipt number 3111,348 bears the balance of payment of 1,200. Now, the question is, where is the 2,400? Where is the receipt for repayment of the 2,400? Because it's not in the GTR, in your cash book. And we did not see any evidence of the 2,400. Unless you can tell us whether the auditor made a mistake.
Auditor at 1,200 balance.
Yes, that is what I want to make it clear. That the auditors informed me that I owe my total was 1,000.
So thank you, Madam Maneh. We will verify this with the auditor. We will verify this issue with the auditor.
Thank you.
Council, you may proceed.
Madam Maneh, do you have any other business apart from being a revenue collector?
No.
Do you have any property?
No.
Do you have any loan with council aside from 1/6?
Honey.
No.
Do you receive any support from council?
No, apart from my salary, no.
Now, how many bank accounts do you have?
Ako ite from assign ila konto bank konto jelle bebulu.
Killing.
One Eco Bank.
You can provide your account number to the registrar.
Ako ila account number isadi.
Or do you have it with you here?
Ako fabe buluja. Yes, I have it here.
Now, I just want clarity on one thing.
Ako
The,
killing the after ye
the yearly revenue you collect from some of these businessmen,
Ako sang ikana mo wala lempo menta ni wafilal bulu wala businessman.
upon giving them the invoice,
Ako ni invoice wal bila.
since you stated here that you go every day for them to make payments,
Ako bayri ye nyinde fojam ko ni invoice wal bila so ikabla wo no ma furulu ngolu trisaje joroge.
do you have any or some of them that will be paying it by installment?
Ako fo ikadol sotole mi alon ko ika ko do nyindu le kundunda ka be jono. Wata kili.
Part payment again.
Yes, we do have people pay in part payment installmentally.
Except any of the commissioners have a question for this witness, that will be all for this witness.
Yeah, I do have, Madam Counsel, and just for clarity purposes, the witness, Madam Maneh, you said you printed the invoice.
If I itele invoice will print.
Yeah.
Which invoice?
The invoice where you asked this guy to pay 27,000, is it 750?
Yes.
Instead of 24,750.
Invoice will be for you 24,000, 27,750. Menyata jolan 24,050.
So is why invoice from KMC.
No, I don't include limits. What I normally do is I just issue them to the business people.
Now, who that business?
Invoice. They invoice.
Only invoice.
Took the she took that. Now, what was
invoice over?
Invoice over 27,000, 27,750. What's it?
Sorry?
27,750.
I recorded 27,750.
Now, how come it was then noticed that it should be 24,750 instead of 27,750?
Because sign
presented the invoice for.
Atoli yo kalam tanyade le wala lon tanyade le ko kodo mi alon ko inyanta mentala ni do bulu wala businessman ni bulu wala $24,750 but it $11,750 today.
This would have baby 34.
Ako alon tanyade le.
Nita tanyade nita 34 baby 34.
So everything on the tariff. When you go through the tariff, you'll see actually the amount.
I can't mistake instead of 24. 27,000.
It was a mistake. Instead of 24,000, I have written or recorded 27,000.
I'm just interested. There must be somebody who had made a mistake.
Ako sign. I tell after Melo na wala mo ko. Afu akita nyo nyama mo kilin na mistake.
Ngo fanga akita ntelo bulu mistake. Instead of 24,750, was 27,750.
That is what I'm telling the commission that it was a fraud mistake. Instead of 24, I recorded 27.
Mistake?
Myself, that's my mistake. But I recorded 27,750 instead of 24,750.
But you must have put the invoice before you ask for payment.
Ako bare alasan wala alata le ko invoice nya ta ko di dan di lo jo dan na jo.
Invoice di ika invoice di for the next one ida je fam ibu ke tara je fam invoice ya di akita mistake ko akita mistake ko tira bari invoice ban anyanta kamunjo wo be jela because tarif ko bi kanyanta munjo la tarif ba do wala.
Ako alasan ta le ko tarif invoice di la dan na joro kala. Ako invoice dan na joro kala. Yes, I did start the invoice with pay.
I understand he's talking about the tariff.
I understand the tariff
when she was giving the invoice out, didn't she make comparison to the correct invoice based on the correct tariff that she was issuing?
Ako for what men na fa be risito di la information. And the answer 7,000. For ko ni ite ma hay maka juwe anin tarif wala fo keta kelimati ba fo manga kelimati.
Han san kabila ngana kuma kilimo fo akita mistake ko de biril tata ko nga find out ko anyanta ko means anin nyaka mo kan san binte kilimo fo ite bitu ko nyamun jola mala o ni pharmacy nyanta mun jola mala mata akita mistake ko to the records.
As I said earlier, and I'm saying it again, it was a mistake which I caused myself through recording the amount wrongly.
I'm yet to believe that, but let me go to my next question. Now, when she was given the money, did she count it before putting it in the monies that she had already collected? My answer, I want an answer, yes or no.
Kono nga confirm the 27,750.
I confirm. I confirmed the monies and I counted it was 27,750.
Okay. Now, you in your evidence you talked about refunding the businessman the 3,000.
Ako ila dia mo data fa ko ina ta ko do ni murudi adi businessman la ko do me ala katamira wole bisaba.
Nga say nala.
Yes, I do.
Now, what's the process that you use to refund somebody that has overpaid into the council's account?
Ako san alisila jumala ta bayra kata non na silo bela la jere mi ala ko wala mi silo sot la mi ala ko ni moy lan da tambi joro ke ni ba murud la wala ba jola nyanta ta bala ta man la nyaari la ko sila jumala ta wala ta man nyaari le
Data fil mi collection okay the next day le ngabondi ko do to je jenen ka pay into council account.
When I went the following morning, when I went to the field, collected revenues, before putting it into council account, I subtracted the said amount and refunded the businessman.
Is there any record of that?
Ako fo if na safe yo to ba? Yo safe le ba? Ako safe le.
I don't understand.
I don't understand the question.
If you overpay, if you are giving somebody's money, acknowledge receipt of that money.
Ako fo receipt safe la ka fo go I ka kodo ni nganta nangam le jo. I want receipt it.
Indicate the overpayment the next place ya ke underpayment.
This is why it was written on the payment on the other side because it was subtracted. Paid to the businessman. It's reflected or it's reflected in the
I don't think it's prudent to just to take monies from your collection because those people you have already given receipts to. Now you're taking monies from those receipts to pay somebody.
Ako ni ajuwe ja amanje faham no bayre ni ajuwe asamo ita tata filo to ekodo soto amdi ekodo soto benbulu wole joro ke yeri sito dila amuta ko kili ko le bondo molla kodo to kataka odo jo ako atele faham when I pay the monies of that of council and the one I collected that overpayment I have taken it to KMC account. And that money that I overpaid should be taken from KMC account or the council account and refunded that individual.
So the same account.
When I did the collection, before taking these monies to the said account of council, then you see that I will take the monies from there and refund that individual. So when I go, it will be on the payment.
Because I the same account KMC. Because
it's the same account of the council KMC.
Madam, financial transactions must have trails.
Financially,
what I'm alluding to is if you collect monies in day one and it's overpaid, and you paid it into the KMC's account,
and you could be somebody the KMC la konto,
you later discovered that it was an overpayment.
and we not a kalam da ko call I not a kalam da le ko joro ni tapidale.
Now, don't you think that the refund should have been initiated through a process?
Ako ibaje la ko fo iman so wala iman la ko joro nyanta menkela aya nyanta silo so tale wala nyanta safela to ko nyinde akira wala jam.
And the process is
That
either the businessman
for businessman or
or you, the collector, must make a request for refund. But from all what I have heard in her testimony, there is no evidence that the businessman complained or made a request for a refund. So in a nutshell, is there a process within the KMC where you can claim for overpayment? Refunded.
Ala nyini karo mente ako fo silo pikele mi alon ko ni overpayment ke wala moy joro ke fo ale silo soto mi alon kamare sa safeno wala nyini karo ke kamen for request funding.
Haninda mawlon ke mantra office of mawlon the only thing they
I'm not out of that it came.
the only
All
thing
I know is that
you subtract or next day collection on ngaju but
I subtracted the amount from the following day collection and refunded, but I don't know when they have that process there now.
So you as a collector can do your refund and your card that you have collected and pay to somebody else without any formal claims for refund.
Because I don't know kalau itu collection orang kalau itu ka kodota amunta ko ni kodo mo kodo jo atambita alana tambita ni ba jola silate je ite jo fangole ka kodota ya to dame wala fo lempo modol na lempo to ye odo jo aman sila so dal ka tabani ni yame.
Find mo long KMC ndanga mo lon na karolo ko nga bental la karolo antela mistake I overpayment so nga ko do DJ nga se DJ so for KMC process so ban fe ma so ban
I'm not aware of that process because normally I never know that process there. All what I know is that it was my mistake, so I have to fulfill what had happened. So this is why these monies were subtracted from the following day collection and paid to the business.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Maneh. I think you may not understand what Honorable Joyner is trying to tell you. You have correctly stated that you take from monies you have collected to pay back the overpayment. What that will indicate in the books of account of council. If you are submitting again, there will be underpayment. Big deficit. And when the auditors pick that up, they will think that you have eaten money. So that's why he's telling you there should be a process. You should take other money to repay. Go to the finance department and say, please start a process to refund this man and not to take from other monies you have collected. Understand. So it is not correct for you to have taken the monies you collected to pay the payment. So that is what we want you to understand. You were doing is not correct. So when you have a payment issue, back to finance department. They will raise a document. Then they will pay the person that you are supposed to pay. It is not your responsibility. Because whenever you have underpayment, you will be forced to pay the unpaid. Because it is a deficit. Do you understand that? So please note that. Now, my question is, the auditors in 2022, they have indicated that you were not going to the audit department. Is that correct?
Audit department because at
that time I was said around that you know that I don't
so it is correct when the auditor said your performance was bad. Because they have indicated performance in the audit report.
Because
collectors that are not appearing before audit.
And they
have graded. Grading. But the grade against your is that it is bad. But you have explanation. Did you give that explanation to the auditors?
No, I did not. I did not tell them, but it happens at that time I was pregnant.
All right. And I think that is all I have for. We will call you back, Madam Maneh, when we finish with your cash. And by the way, can you provide for us your license register for the zone you were collecting?
License register
this year or last year?
You used to have register, right? 2018, what were you?
2018, 2019, I was in Dibakunda too. So please provide us with
The register for Dibakunda
2019.
For each of the zones that you were operating, please provide us with license register for that particular zone. And attached to the license, you give us also the tariff you were using to collect. So please provide this. All right. For all the zones you have come from 2018 to 2023.
About 2018 for 2023.
Register at the tariffs. All right. Okay. For discharge, we will call you back when we need you to come and clarify certain issues.
She was fine. No, that's
Good morning, Madam Witness. Welcome to this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and related matters. Madam Witness, what is your religion? Your religion, Islam. Can you speak into the mic? Islam. Okay. In which language do you wish to make your testimony? English. In English. Do you wish to swear by the Holy Quran or make an affirmation? Madam Chair, the witness wishes to swear by the Holy Quran. Okay. Can you hold the Holy Quran and then repeat after me? I, Mami Jammeh, Adama Jammeh, do swear that I'll speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Thank you. You may be kindly seated. Madam Chair, the witness is sworn. I have the honor to hand over the witness to you. Kindly sit down.
Good morning, Madam Jammeh.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, thank you for coming.
Thank you, sir.
Council, can we please proceed?
Thank you very much. Please tell the commission your name, your full name, please.
Adama Jammeh, my name's.
Your address.
Olyundum, West Coast.
What is your educational background?
Pardon?
What is your educational background?
High school, Nusrat High. And then we had some training at Quantum on Microsoft Word, Excel.
When was this?
I can't remember exactly the dates, but
When did you graduate from Nusrat?
Nusrat 77, yes, 78.
1977 or 78?
78.
Right. And after graduation, what did you do? Where did you work in any place, any institution, anything else?
I worked at the KMC.
Straight from high school or senior secondary school?
Yeah, I briefly worked at the hotel, Fajara Hotel, before
Fajara
I
Hotel.
joined the KMC, yes.
So give me your employment background.
I first worked at the Fajara Hotel, and then later I joined the KMC in 1988.
Fajara Hotel for how long?
About a year.
Between which year to which year?
Around, I think it's 86.
86
Yes.
to 87.
Yeah.
And when did you join KMC?
1988.
Do you recall giving a statement?
Yes.
Now we will show you your statement.
Okay.
You will please go through it, and you can confirm whether that's a statement that was obtained from you by the investigators.
Okay.
Is that a statement that you gave to the investigators?
Yes.
You signed the statement as well?
Yes, I signed it.
You were given a copy when it was obtained from you?
It was given to me.
We apply to tender the statement of the witness, Adama Jammeh. The date is 22nd of May, 2023, into evidence as an exhibit.
The witness statement of Adama Jammeh dated the 22nd of May 2023 is admitted in evidence as an exhibit, and it is marked as LGC/AJ/KMC/001.
As the commission places. Now, Madam Jammeh, in your statement, you said you joined KMC in 1989.
Yeah. Maybe that must have been an error, because I told the investigators that I started in 88 and confirmed in 89.
Do you have your employment letter?
The employment letter, we were searching for it since last week, but they can't see it still at the office. They are still searching for it.
Do you have your confirmation letter?
The confirmation too, I don't have. They were all in the, what I have here only is a promotion in 2000.
In year 2000?
Yes.
Can we see that? And please, you will be given a paper and a pen. So whatever we request that you bring,
okay,
you can write it down.
Okay.
So I'll ask that you be given a paper and a pen. We apply to tender a promotion letter addressed to the witness, Adama Jammeh. The date is 8th of May, 2000, signed by Ibrahim D. Jobate for the municipal clerk. I'm in evidence as an exhibit.
A letter dated the 8th of May 2000 with reference KMC/ADM staff addressed to Adama Jammeh, Rates Clerk, Treasury Department, with the subject promotion. The letter is signed by Ibrahim D. Jobate for Municipal Clerk. It is copied to the Chairman, KMC, Treasurer, Principal Rating Officer, MIS Manager. The letter is admitted in evidence as an exhibit, and it is marked as LGC/AG/MC/002.
Now, Madam Jammeh, how many places have you worked for before joining KMC?
Fujaro Hotel.
Is that all?
Yeah.
I asked you this question because you need to be, the questions we ask you, you need to give an honest answer to it. And I'm not sure whether you know, but giving false information knowingly is perjury. And lying before the commission is offense. So we to recollect your thoughts, give you one more opportunity to give me a list of the places you've worked for.
Yeah, I once worked at the commercial bank. And then
Commercial bank. I asked this question because we have your CV and we know where you have worked. All the work. It has to talk with you. So, else did you work?
Fajara Hotel.
To Fajara Hotel.
And then KMC.
And KC. What was your role in the commercial bank?
As a clerk.
As a clerk?
Yes.
Did you work as a clerk in any other office? Or secretary in any other office?
No.
Now, you said you were employed in 88. Write down that we will request you employment letter.
Okay.
Please write it down.
They are searching for it.
Just write it down, please.
I'm not giving a pen. Thank you.
Employment letter and your confirmation. So you say in your statement that second paragraph, I joined Canipin Municipal Council in 1989 as rates clerk to senior rates clerk, acting manager, and then later to the position of rates manager, which position I held until my retirement in 2018. You retired in 2018?
Yes.
Do you have your retirement? Were you given any benefit when you retired?
Yes.
Now, when you retired, what happened after your retirement?
I was contracted.
Do you have your contract document or letter?
I won't come with them.
I can't hear you.
I won't come with the contract letters.
How many? Please produce your contract letters offering you employment.
Pardon?
Please produce your letter of appointment offering you a contract as rates manager.
Okay.
When was this? Immediately you retired?
Yes.
Immediately you retired. For how long was your contract offer?
The contract went on for 6 years.
No, but I want to know for how long. Did you give an offer for a year, for 6 months, for 2 years, or is it that they gave you an offer for 6 years?
Yeah. No. The offer was, it came, I think this one was 2 years, and then the rest came year in. Yeah.
So it was renewed?
Yes.
Were you having written renewal?
Yes.
So we need you to produce all those renewals as well. So to start with, you were offered when you retired immediately.
Yes.
And it lasted for 2 years.
Yes.
And it was subsequently renewed for another days. Correct.
I'm not sure. I said the first one was 2 years.
Yes.
The rest came in yearly. So I'll get the letters.
No, I know you will get the letter, but I need your evidence. You are the one who was contracted. You're the one whose employment was renewed. So you can tell.
Yes, it was 2 years for the first time, and then after, yes.
The subsequent ones.
Yes.
Yes, but and who gave you this renewal, this offer of the contract?
The admin, of course.
Admin.
Yes.
Why would you be given a contract for 6 years, 2 years, and then subsequent renewal every year? Were you offering any special service to the area council that they could not find for your retirement?
Well, council with rates, it's different from any other works.
All right, tell us, please.
Yeah, because like the time I started in 1989, I was there with my former boss, who is late, Auntie Rose Bajan, until in 2006 when she left. Yeah. For rates, you have to know the grassroots. You have to know the grassroots. You know each and every property. You go for assessment. You go for registrations and many related to rates. So coming in 1 year, 2 year, you cannot know the rates. You can't know the rates. That's why when I retired, I had to tutor them, the ones I should, the ones I was there with.
But you have been there for so long. You could have tutored your deputies during that period, if it is very complex. Is that also not a possibility?
Well, it is that's a possibility, because at the rate we were 6 of us, and we were working together, but each one of us have a right where you stop.
What I'm trying to say is that if you are saying it is so complex, the commission needs to understand how complex it was, that only you can do it. That's why you were given a contract for 6 years after your retirement.
It's not that I alone can do it, but I have the memory of the institution.
So do others as well who work for the area council as well. You are not the only one who has memory of the institution. In fact, you had
at the rates. I mean, not the whole institution, but at the rates. So those rates clerks.
Were you conducting the assessment?
Pardon?
Were there any assessment during your time?
Yes.
How many? How many times was there an assessment when you were manager?
Assessment as in how? Valuation or what? Because for assessment, we do go out year in, year out.
Yes.
Because every time we have new properties developed, and then you have many properties out there. So without going out, you will not get those properties. So we have to go out year in, year out to get those properties, and then we come and register them and then access them.
And done every year.
Yes.
Because from what you're saying, can we get, are these recorded?
Pardon?
Are these recorded every year? What the assessment you would do? Do you record this anywhere every year?
No, the assessments, we and I and debt collectors,
yes,
we go out, or the debt collectors, each one is assigned an area.
Yes.
Where he or she is asked to get all those informations.
Yes.
So that we will input them in the system.
It's recorded anywhere.
Yeah.
Now can you produce these yearly records that you have embarked on?
We have computerized, everything is in the computer. Maybe we will.
We don't have access to the computer.
Okay, we can tell the system providers so that they will get the data, the whole data, the whole register, rates register.
Yes, specifically activities that you have taken part in. You understand that?
Yeah.
Now, I find it unusual to be straightforward that you will be given a contract for 6 years running. Were you related to any of the senior management? Or are you related to any of the senior management? When you were
I don't think that counts here, whether I am related to any of the senior men. Like I said, I've been there since.
Is that a no or a yes?
Pardon?
Is that a no? I'm not related to any of the senior management, or is it a yes?
Yes.
Okay. Who are you related to in the senior management?
The senior management, maybe the mayor.
What is your relationship with the mayor?
Mayor is my cousin.
Your
Mrs. Bensouda.
Your cousin's son.
Yes.
Mrs. Bensouda.
Yeah.
Would that be the reason why you'd have been given a 6-year contract, 2 years, and then subsequently?
No, absolutely no.
But how would anyone believe that there is no connection to that?
Well, they can believe it. I know my job.
Come again.
I said the ones who are saying that because I'm related to the mayor can say that, but I know my job and I know what I can.
Madam, I'm the one asking you.
Okay.
Be rest assured, every question that should be asked will be asked. That should be guaranteed.
Sure.
You understand?
Yeah.
And you answer every question.
Okay.
So whatsoever is good, you or you add outside the commission is not relevant here. How can you convince the commissioners that it is not because of your relationship with the mayor? That is why you, as the manager, after retirement, you were given 2 years contract. Then every year you'll be renewed. Every year the contract will be renewed. What is so exceptional?
Council, like I said, it's not my relationship with the mayor. It's just that I know the records. I have the memory of that rate unit.
No.
And even as I am talking to you, still they contact me on some issues. When people come there to do inquiries, they'll call me to explain to them.
That is not convincing. This is not you're not the only one that can do this. I find. You see, people are given contracts because of exceptional service they can render. Probably there's a gap in capacity, but you cannot tell me there's gap in capacity. There are thousands of Gambians as well who can fill in your position. For qualification, your highest qualification is a course in, is it IT or software? You don't have a degree. You're not highly educated. I'm sorry. So you don't tell me that you have an exceptional knowledge that you offer to the Cardiff Municipal Council. That would be the reason why you'll be a contract for 6 years running.
Council, you may have a degree, PhD, but moment my employer the last would show you to do.
It does not matter. That's the Gambian mentality. You see what you are saying now is the Gambian mentality. It does not matter. We need qualified people, and they should be trainable. And we need continuity in our public service. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Yeah.
So the same way you feel you've deserved the position, it's the same way that there's so many Gambians as well who would have filled your position after retirement. 6 years? That doesn't make sense to me. So if you tell me you are ready to the mayor, then it makes sense to me now.
No.
Now let's move on. Do you run any company? Any company?
No.
Do you manage any company?
Not now.
Cardiff Municipal Council, they have 5 companies they have contracted.
Oh, yeah. Frago Debt Recovery Agency.
But I asked this question twice, 3 times. You could not recall this? That you manage a company, you run a company?
Sorry. I manage it together with Francis Gomez.
I had asked this question twice, but you could not tell me that you manage a company.
Sorry.
You know why it is important? Because you were given contracts by KMC.
Yeah.
When was your first contract?
It just began in May this year.
This year, May, you were given a contract.
Yeah.
That's your first contract.
Yeah.
And what is the contract for?
It's for debt recovery.
Debt recovery. What is your company's name?
Frago.
Frago.
Yes.
Frago what? Just Frago?
Debt Recovery Agency.
Frago Debt Recovery. Is it a company or?
It's an agency. Yeah, it's not a company.
It's not a limited liability company. What do you do at Frago?
Yeah, we go out to collect debts.
You collect
from
debts.
debtors, yes.
And who are the shareholders, if I call them, or the company owners or the business owners in Frago?
Yeah, you may call Francis Gomez.
I may call Francis Gomez for what?
Yeah, because I and him are managing it.
So the two of you manage the
Yes,
business.
we have staffs on the ground.
How many staffs do you have?
I think it's about six.
Six staffs. Do
Yes.
we have can we have their names, please?
I have Lamin Jaju,
Yes.
Sekou Toure,
Yes.
Adama Jam,
Please proceed.
Keba Njai, Aminata Kamara, and Philip Bojan.
Now,
Lamin Job.
Lamin Job. You primarily would work on debt collection.
Yeah.
How many contracts have you had? How many companies you work with? How many businesses you work for? And later try to collect debt.
No.
None.
Only KMC.
Only KMC.
Yeah.
And how is that possible? This is supposed to be a business. Do you operate alone for KMC, or you have a business?
The credit union.
Hear me out.
Credit union.
Which credit union?
KMC Credit Union.
So you collect that for KMC and the KMC Credit Union?
No. Then maybe I'm missing your point.
Now, you've had contracts. Have you had contracts from KMC? Do you collect debt for KMC?
Yes.
What kind of debt do you collect for KMC?
Property rates.
Property rates.
Yeah.
When did
this year.
Were they signed contracts?
Pardon?
Did you sign contracts?
Yes, I signed.
Can you please write it down? We will need the contract document. Any other business or institution or individual that you could get for?
No.
Why is that?
It's only the KMC.
But why is that? How is that possible? Why do you only collect that for KMC? Your only customer or client is KMC and no other institution or individual?
It's just starting.
When did it start?
This May. Maybe after the contract expired, I can seek from others.
How did you secure this contract with KMC? How did you secure contract with KMC?
KMC, they outsource the areas for collection.
Yes.
Yeah.
How did you know about it?
How do you know about it?
Yes. How did you know?
I know it through the office.
You work for the office.
Yes.
You know that they outsource this debt collection.
Yes.
And you now have a share in Frago.
Frago, I'm just starting working with Frago. Just this me when this they are out of wicked.
But yes.
Yeah.
You don't. What do you work there?
As a manager.
As a manager. Do you sign this agreement with them? With KMC? Are you the one who signed the agreement?
The contract was signed. I signed the contract.
That's what I'm talking about. Madam,
I signed the contract.
Yes, so I'm talking about Madam Jammeh. Okay, when you bring the contract, we'll take it further. But that's my point. You were the rates manager. In 2018, you retired. Is that not correct?
Yeah.
You were given 2 years contract. Expired, you were given further or yearly renewals. Is that not the case?
Yeah.
And then you're now given a contract that you have signed for debt recovery for KMC. And you, as well, have a family relation with the man. How do you explain this?
Well, I did not ask for this contract to be given to me.
Well, you signed it.
But yes, I signed it. The acting finance director then knows that I know most of these debtors, or I know the rate system, so I'll be able to get these debts collected for them.
You could not collect these debts when you were the manager. That's why you have arrears.
Council, there, it's me and Dudu Gomez.
Yes.
Until in 2022, when these two units were merged, but
Yes.
Dudu was the debt collection manager. I
Yes.
was not.
But my point is these debts were outstanding. Madam Jammeh. Do you understand? Now, how did you secure this contract? Did you take part in any tender? Was this advertised?
I don't know. It wasn't.
It wasn't advertised. So you just
I'm not sure of that.
No, but you signed the contract. You could.
Yeah.
You could. You can. You are in a position to tell the commission when you saw it in it being advertised that you apply for.
No,
you took part in a tender and you won.
No, that did not happen because I know Francis. So when he secured it, he asked me to work with him.
Francis secured the contract.
Yes.
You never knew anything about how he secured the contract?
Of course.
That's it. That's the issue. So you cannot say Francis secured the contract because it is as a result of your influence that you got this contract. Because you said here that you know a lot about rates and you know the terrain. You can get this areas paid.
Yeah.
That is why you were given the contract.
Yeah. I was not given the contract because of that. Well, this Frago is Francis Gomez Debt Recovery Agency.
Yes.
It's purely Francis Gomez.
But then you're the manager.
Yes, of course.
You signed the contract.
Yeah. The contract for the debt recovery, yes.
Yes.
But in all the papers pertaining to this Frago debt recovery is Francis.
Sorry, let me ask. Madam Jammeh, Francis Gomez, have you retired from KMC?
No, Francis is not working with KMC.
Who did you say was the
Dudu Gomez?
Dudu Gomez.
Yes, Dudu was the debt manager.
Is he still working for the
council?
Council.
Yes, ma'am.
And is he part of this Frago agency?
No, he is Dudu Gomez. This Frago agency is Francis.
Francis
Gomez. Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
I just wanted that to be clear. Yes, you may. Yes.
Thank you very much. Now, Madam Jammeh, how are you remunerated? What is the arrangement that you've had with KMC regarding debt collection? What do you collect rates, property rates? Which area do you collect? And how are you remunerated? What is the financial benefit you have?
It's 5% of the collection, whatever you collected. 5% should be paid to you.
Whatever you collected, 5% will be paid to you.
Yes.
And how is this done? Do you have a period that you collect, or is it for every collection?
It's for every collection.
So, for instance, if one company has arrears of, let's say, $2 million, and you collect $2 million, you have 5% of $2 million.
Yes.
And then the list goes on.
Yes.
So it's for every property as opposed to a certain period of time.
We are giving areas.
What areas do you cover?
Bakau, Sanchaba, and Newtown.
Sanchaba
and Newtown.
And Newtown.
Yeah.
And this all spelled out in your agreements?
Latrikunda and Latrikunda German.
Yes.
Serekunda.
Yes, go ahead.
Canifing Industrial Area.
Yes.
Latrikunda Savage.
And this all spelled out in your agreement you had with KMC? You have?
It's not in the contract. I think a letter was given which states each area, each one of the areas assigned to them.
Will you be able to provide us with that letter? Please write it down. Now, how do you do this debt collection as an agency? Not now as KMC staff, but working with and for your business with Francis. How do you do this debt collection?
The areas assigned to us are all printed out and given to us.
And what do you do? What service do you offer?
Yeah, from there, I go through the list and then we extract the property owners that we want to go and follow. And then our staffs on the ground will go and do the distribution.
So when you distribute, what else do you do?
We take the telephone numbers, we call them to make follow-ups for them to come and pay.
And if they do not pay?
We resort to legal action.
How do you resort to legal action?
The council has a magistrate.
As a magistrate?
Yes.
And then how do you resort to legal action?
We use the summons book.
And then are you the ones to take them to court? As an agency?
No. When we serve them with summons, they will come to the court.
Yes. And then what else? How do you now represent the council in your in providing your expertise in recovering that amount?
Yeah, when we have to show the council service of delivery.
And
then the magistrate will go ahead.
Do you appear in court?
No, we prepare affidavit.
Yes.
To say that we have served so and so and so on this date and the amount stipulated there.
And who will represent council in court?
We have the prosecutor.
The prosecutor will be there.
Yes.
You will only be there as a witness.
Yes.
That you have served.
Yes.
So that's all you do. Your job is to just issue out. Do you call it demand notes, arrears?
Notes
of arrears. That's all you do. And then if they pay, you have 5%. If they do not pay, you refer it to the court.
For me, whoever I serve,
yes,
I make follow-ups to see that the person pays.
But how about if they do not pay?
They'll pay.
Why?
Pay one way or the other, because the moment they come before the magistrate, they pay. Some will pay parts and then they make arrangements for the remaining to be paid.
Do you know why I'm asking this question?
No.
Good. I am asking this question because I want the commission, the commissioners, to see whether there is any extra special service that all these 5 either agencies or companies or businesses are doing for KMC in debt collection. It has to be special and different to the extent that the staff that they have cannot do it. So if only what you do is just to serve demand notes and make follow-ups, then why would you be contracted and paid 5% of every collection when they can employ people to do that?
Well, I don't think I'll be able to answer that. Then who acted was out to be able to answer that.
That's a very good reply. Go ahead, proceed.
Yeah. Because in the contract,
yes,
it is there's a paragraph which says that the debt collectors in the office, if the need arises, they will show us some of these properties.
And when they will serve as pointers.
Yeah, pointers.
Exactly. They will show you this property. You should serve this notice of arrears, and all you now do, or your staff will do, is just to go and serve these notices.
Yeah, not all, because for me, any property that we don't know on the ground.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's all you do. Your services starts with issuing demand notes or notice of arrears, and ends with e-payment and with being a witness in the court to say not pay, or you swear to
cancel, then I would have resigned. I would have resigned if at all it's only that serving out demand notes, because we have collectors in the office.
What else do you
do? They can do it.
What else do you do?
Like I told you, anybody that I serve with notices or summons, I make sure he or she pays.
How do you do that?
With telephone calls.
They can go by the staff. Go ahead.
No.
Everything you do extra, we will see whether the staff can do it or not. If you make follow-ups, can that not be done by the staff? I'm asking you the question. No, I'm asking you a direct question. If you do follow-ups by making telephone calls to Mr. X, asking the individual that they need to pay their arrears, can that not be done by the staff?
They can do it.
So what is the specialty in the...
Yeah, if that was being done, I don't think council will contract it out.
That's it. That is the question. But is that difficult to do?
Difficult to do what?
Is it difficult for the staff to do that?
It's not difficult.
Exactly. Because you said if that can be done, then the council wouldn't contract. You've now answered honestly, that's not difficult to do. And default. A special service is being added by all these 5 businesses, but rather it's a way of dishing out money to people. That is the hard fact. We call a spade a spade. It's a way of giving free money to people when you can employ people, employ Gambians, them salary, and then they will do this job. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yes, let me ask this, Madam Jammeh. As at the time, when actually did you leave after your retirement? Is it this year?
Last year.
Last year.
Yeah.
Last year, what date?
October.
October.
Yes, last year, October.
October. Now, as at October last year, that is 2023, what portfolio say?
It was rates. Almost
only for rates.
Only for rates.
Yeah.
35. No. It's like $100 million.
It is far more than 100 million.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, it's
far more than 100 million. And over the years, as someone that has evolved in the legal department for a very long time, did you have any strategy for the purpose of
what we usually do is each area we check the debts, say it's Kololi, Bakau, or Serekunda, and then the collectors on the ground tax targets have been given to them for them to collect. But then the addressing system too, ma'am, is another issue.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
And we see that in the advent of the new administration, they took proactive steps to identify problems and clear them, which is a very good way forward.
Yeah.
To understand it. If you have a proper system to have these things updated by way of an application or a software, to have it systematically update as you do the assessments. But before I forget, would you be able to provide for us your register for certificate of occupancy, transfer of properties, and the assessment reports that you receive, and your registration for lease and carry transfers? I believe that all document different. Is that correct?
Those are files in the office.
In the office. All right. Would we be able to get this file?
Well,
because the reason why we ask, the reason why we ask because you are in a better state to provide us. Because if we ask the people that are there, we could be presented with any document. But as per your statement, paragraph 2, you clearly indicated areas that you were dealing with, and these are the documents. We are asking you to contact the department and avail you the documents to present to us at the commission. Would you be able to do that?
No, I'll tell.
Thank you. So please note what you have in paragraph 2 of your statement and provide us with the registers for occupancy, the rates register, the transfer of properties, the registration of leases and credit transfer. All right?
Occupancy, transfers.
Yes.
And
Leases and yes.
And what else?
Yes. I think that this is what you have indicated in paragraph 2 of your statement. Now, I asked whether there was a strategy to be able to get these huge areas that are still. Was there any strategy that was put in place?
The only strategy we have there was the beginning of the year we make sure that each of them receives his invoices, and then after that we resort to summons, summons in them, and then warrants. Warrants. That's where the only strategies.
Do you have a debt collection unit at the council?
Well, now it's merged with the rates
unit. But then it was a standalone.
Yes.
It was a standalone.
Yes.
Thank you. Council, we may proceed.
Now, Madam Chairman, we'll ask that you bring the incorporation documents for Frago.
Pardon?
The incorporation documents for Frago. The business registration documents for Frago.
Okay.
One.
Okay.
Your business accounts?
No, I don't have a business account because for this debt recovery we started, as I'm speaking, we are not paid yet. A Butut is not paid to Frago. I mean, the others I don't know, but to Frago, a Butut is not paid.
Do you have a business account?
Pardon?
Is the question. Do you have a Frago business account?
No, unless I ask Francis, but for me, I don't have. Unless I ask.
Frago, does the business have a business account?
No.
So how would you be?
That's why I said I'll ask Frago. Francis, I think he would have the account. I did not ask him because we are just starting and nothing is paid yet.
I am not asking whether you have been paid. I'm asking whether there is a business account.
Yes, I will contact Francis.
Please provide us with that information. And I've already asked for the contract with KMC. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes. Now, what books of account how do you keep records of activities or recoveries that you have done for KMC? Do you have a record? Or do you have
what records?
Like for instance, the details of with KMC. Do you have a file for your debt recovery?
For this Frago?
Yes.
Yes, we have I have the way books that the collectors use and the summons books too are there.
There are way books, and how many way books do you have? Do you know?
Each has a way book.
There will be 6.
Yeah.
Minimum of 6. Please write it down. We need that. And the summons book as well. Is it one summon book?
I think we have 3.
3. And the demand notes, and so this will contain all the demand notes and the notes of areas that
the way book will show you.
Will show all this detail.
Yeah.
So we will need that. Now, you no longer work for the area council?
No.
Since when?
Last year I retired.
You retired?
Contract, yeah.
Last year?
Yes.
Did you start with Frago after your retirement or whilst you were working for the area council?
Yes, I started with Frago.
While you were working for the area council?
No.
Or while after you retired?
Yeah.
Is there any written agreement or appointment letter that you have from Frago? agency?
No.
You don't. Now, who secured the agreement or contract with KMC? Is it you or Francis?
I signed it because Francis was not available at that time.
So you secured the agreement with KMC. Now let's move forward. We'll come back to this when you bring the instruments. Right. Now, that's in 2018. Is it correct to say from 2018 to 2023?
As what?
Rates manager?
No, from 2007.
Yeah, 7. But in 2018, you were rates manager.
Yes.
And then you retired and you were in contract for 6 years. So you were rates manager from 2018 as well to date.
Yes.
Because
yeah.
the period of the commission is from 2018.
Oh, okay.
And you have the rates register, of course, you work with.
The rates register, the rates have been computerized since 2003. So whatever we have, it's in the system.
And for every year, it will tell you what the properties are.
For every year, it will tell you the current.
The current year.
Yeah.
Up to date.
But then the areas accumulates. Those are, oh, sorry.
Please proceed.
No.
Proceed.
The areas showing on the rates are from since the inception of rates. It's not only 1 year, 2 year, or 3 year areas. Since the inception of rates, or since I joined the rates.
Now, as rates manager, do you deal with cash?
No.
How is it structured? Do you have people who pay in cash as well?
Yeah, they pay to the cashier direct.
And go ahead.
The invoices are distributed. Some would come in person for themselves. They go to the cashier and pay. So we don't deal with cash.
You have a system you talk about wherein you have you print out these invoices.
Yes, the rates.
Yes. Now there is an issue regarding the deletion of some receipts in the system. Are you aware of this?
Yes, I was aware.
Which of this?
I can't remember. Yes, at that time.
Can you tell me what happened?
The then acting finance director came to my office to notify me.
Name, please.
Mr. Sirif Njai.
Sirif Njai. Go ahead.
He notified me of those receipts, which he showed me, and then from there, I went into the system to check on all those accounts. But for our system or our rates register, everything was intact. The payments, the credit, everything, because it was paid at the cashiers and automatically their accounts have been credited.
How many people have access to the system? Do you know?
The system?
Yes.
All of us at rates, because everything is computerized. So all of us work with the computer. And
what is the degree of your user accessibility? Do you have rights to make?
Yes, we
as a rates manager?
Yes. We have.
Explain to us how it works.
When errors occur, especially with the rates multiplier, when that happens, it's like an arithmetical error. We do change that, or we do rectify it. Then the cashiers too, they do have errors, like there are process errors, which do happen sometimes, but they report it first to the finance manager, who does it, and then for us to post it again.
Okay.
Because if the payment is made and whilst you are doing your entries, you mistakenly touch a figure or so, it goes to another account. So when that happens, until we figure it out, the cashier would inform the finance manager, who would reverse it, and then they come to us to rectify it,
Yes.
to post it to the right property.
In your statement, you said in your second paragraph that I am responsible, as rates manager, I am responsible for the preparation of invoices, transfer of properties, occupancy certificate, property assessment, registration of leases, and CADIS transfers. Now, as the manager of the unit, that is a rates unit in bracket, it is part of my right to make correction using the system when there are errors from the side of the cashier, provided that the cashier shows proof for the need of the correction. Is that what you explained right now?
Yeah.
And you went further to say, but also correction is made when there are arithmetical errors from our side at the rates unit, which happens in very rare situations. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, we have these multipliers which we use to check the rates. We have 003 on residentials, 02 on commercials. So if you want to charge a property, residentials, and you immediately put a 03, it will give you a commercial rate instead of a residential rate.
Now, this deletion of these receipts, do you know how this is possible, and which unit or individual with this user probably have access to it?
That I don't know.
If you have this user rights, you as the manager, were you in a position to delete? If you want to delete anything in the system, would you be able to do that?
Pardon?
As the manager, if you want to delete anything in the system, would you be able to do it?
No, we don't delete at our end.
No, I know. I'm just trying to get the evidence out to know who has the capability or the user right to make deletion. If you want to delete something in the system, would you be able to do that?
No.
Why is that? If you can make corrections, why can't you delete?
No, we cannot delete. You cannot delete anything from the system unless when you make errors, you go back to rectify it. And that is editing. When we talk about deleting here, it's deleting the building, which we don't have right to.
You don't have access.
Access, okay. Access, yes.
I just want it to be clear. Now, which department has access?
Pardon?
To delete this deletion? Which department? Is it the cashier or the finance director that can delete?
No, that I don't know.
How is that possible?
Well,
because someone will think that if you can do corrections, then you can, of course, not delete. But you know the system more than we do. So
we can rectify, but we cannot delete.
What is the difference?
I don't know. I don't know. For that, maybe when Mr. Njai is here or the system providers, they will be able to explain who can delete
and who cannot delete.
Yes.
Now, this issue, was it investigated?
Was. But we not informed the acting finance director to me to show those receipts.
Yes.
I checked and told him everything is intact here. Then I didn't know anything.
So, what you were told it was investigated?
Yes.
But were you ever called as an individual or as a with user rights?
No.
Do you know whether a panel was set up?
No, I don't know how the investigation went.
Do you know whether, in fact, there was investigation?
Well, the finance director was on top of it. That is acting, Mr. Njai.
What does that mean when you say the finance department was on top of it?
He was like, he came to me to tell me this thing happened. We checked and see that it's okay on our side. Then I don't know from there where he went to.
But since then, you don't know nothing about all the receipts that were deleted?
No.
And no one informed you subsequently?
No.
But if there was an investigation, you would have known. Because naturally, as a manager, you would probably have been called if there was any investigation. Would that be a fair statement?
No, I don't think, because even if there were investigations, not because I don't have that right to
delete.
Yes.
But maybe you'll be called to confirm the entries.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't called.
Exactly. Now, you spoke about the preparation of invoices and transfers of properties, occupancy certificate, property assessment. Probably when we come back, we can deal with that. I'm sure, are there any questions for this witness? I see. Yes.
Yes, I think we have few more minutes. I think we have few more minutes. Now, Madam Maneh, at any point in time, to be specific, in 2020, did you see the auditor's report on the level of the death for the rates?
Level of
Death for the rates?
no, I didn't see the audit report.
You didn't see the audit report.
Mm.
It has indicated, like in 2019,
Mm-hmm.
there was a total debt for 49,430,636.48.
Mm-hmm.
And in 2020, just for January to March, and he indicated the total debt being 75,031,401.72. So I want to know whether is it your department that gives the auditors the total amount of debts people are owing, because you are the custodian of the primary data,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Because when property owners come, you are the contact unit where you issue demand notes,
Yeah.
invoices.
We are
You
the
understand?
rates.
And then yes.
Yes.
So having seen these numbers, and consistently, if you look at the internal audit reports, they have highlighted the debt level, and they have indicated specifically the collectors that are having these issues. So on your unit, what were you doing with respect to? I understand this collectors giving targets and should meet these targets. Note, during your time, we have had a sample of target format that is issued to collectors. Can you provide for us the targets you have set over the years, covering up your
The targets were set by government.
Yes.
He used to set the targets. Yeah.
All right. So you cannot have access to that. That's fair enough. We will get that. Now, it is based on this also that you are paid some form of a commission, correct?
Yes.
And were you also a recipient of this commission that has been paid?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I think it's a. Are you done with doing it?
I believe it's a convenient point. We will proceed with the witness for a short while.
When we resume.
Yes.
All right. So we will break here and we will come back after lunch break. Madam Maneh.
Jammeh.
Jammeh, sorry. I'm so sorry. We may rise. Some. Right.